Bluff City Media presents The Anthony Sain Show on YouTube at Bluff City Media. Stepping up to the microphone is your host, Anthony Sain.
Acknowledge me.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Bluff City Media Studios. This is the Anthony Sain Show. I'm back in studio. I'm not recording from the house this week. I'm here in the Bluff City Media Studios. Kenny Stubblefield behind the glass from a nice, much-needed vacation. What's going on, brother? You good, man?
My guy, listen, I had a great vacation, but I got super excited when I knew today was the day we were coming to shoot your show here.
Yeah, man. I'm definitely excited to be back for sure. Shout out to my boy Michael Arrell filling in that guest producer role with me last week. Just needed somebody to talk to, man. I'm not Colin Cowherd. I'm not a fan of just talking into the atmosphere. And that's what I give guys like him props, man, because even guys in Memphis, like, you know, your Jeff Calkins, your Gary Parrish, these guys have always had producers, you know what I mean, who they can talk to. Like, Colin Cowherd is literally talking to himself for hours on end when he does his show. And also, like, your early overnight radio guys. You ever listen to those shows? You ever,
Yeah.
Had insomnia and you cut the radio on?
Freddie Coleman over at
those
ESPN.
guys are literally talking to nobody.
Yeah.
For 3-4 hours at a time overnight. Yeah, this wild stuff, man, for sure. But yeah, glad to be back. Glad you're back, man. You enjoyed your break, your time away with family and stuff?
Yeah, it was good, man. I think anytime you have kids and you go on a vacation, you still got to be a parent and do your thing. So it's still a lot of work. But nah, man, it was a good time, man. Being on the beach, hanging out. We have a good time every year we go. Yeah,
for sure, man. But since the last time we talked, Kenny, not many sports going on right now. You can kind of force yourself to watch things. That's what I've kind of been doing. And that's what I want to talk about today. Since the last time we talked. There are 3 key sports that I've watched since the last time we talked, Kenny Stubblefield. I'm a little ashamed.
Me and you were going to fight on this, I'm telling you.
I'm a little ashamed at one of them, or maybe a couple of them, that I got that invested in them. But one, I'm proud to be a converted member of. We're talking about 3 of those today. The first we're going to talk about is the TBT, or the basketball tournament. Featuring former University of Memphis players. I'm not going to name many names. I don't want to leave anybody out. I probably can name all the former Tigers. It was Will Coleman. You had Chris Crawford, Jeremiah Martin, and Adonis Thomas, Sean Taggart.
And that was it.
And that's it. Like former Tigers, right? Then you had some other just kind of dudes. And some of them played for like Ole Miss. There was one kid, I'm like, who in the hell is this dude? And who did he play for? People's like, oh, he's from Tunica. Okay, so who did he play for? Like, what does that mean? Like,
you talking about the real short dude?
Yes, he came out going crazy hooping, but he kind of, when the buttholes got tight in the second half and their leaves started bleeding away, I was like, okay, who's the Tunica dude? Because like, at first it was cool, like, that dude hooping. But then when they started losing, I'm like, okay, who's the kid that's from Tunica? And I didn't look it up. I was just listening to the commentators and people in the Discord talking about it. I'm a little embarrassed. I'll be honest. I was getting a little bit more caught up in the game than I probably should have, and probably I was happy to see them winning. I came on Jason and John's show earlier that day saying how I said, man, I doubt I'll be watching it. Gabe will probably be at the house. He's not going to want to watch that. He's probably going to watch something on YouTube with me, and we kind of spend our father-son time whenever Gabe's there. So I was like, Gabe's probably not going to be interested. Gabe came over much later that night than I thought he would be coming over. And I watched the TBT tournament, got way too involved in it, saw them bleed away a 21-point lead in the second half, getting killed by a dude who looks like he should be a professor on campus, more so than a basketball player. The white point guard with the ball spot. Yeah.
Van Camp or Fran Camp or Vanderkamp.
Yeah, I was like, man, come on, bro. This can't be real.
You know that man's only 28 years old. Man looks like he's 40.
Yeah, he looked like somebody's ride. Looks like he was there to take somebody home.
He's an Uber driver got lost.
Right. Hey, y'all hooping? Hey, why not? Yeah, why not, buddy?
I play at the YMCA every day.
Yeah, why not? The TBT is interesting. I heard there is like a YMCA team out there, just a group of dudes who play pickup ball who out there. Like I heard that's happening.
Yeah, the
before.
Jackson, Tennessee team.
Come on, man.
And they're ballers.
Come on, bro. This is what I think happened in that game. Now, I'm not a Wichita State historian, but I think that those guys in the Wichita State team might have been a little younger than our guys. And I think early, mid-30s started kicking in on our dudes in the second half. And once that ball started rolling downhill, it was over for the TBT team. Adonis Thomas, bless his heart. Adonis is playing in the heavyweight league.
He's playing.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, but he was hooping though, man. For real.
He's a baller.
Chris Crawford, one of my favorite Tigers of all time. He was looking good.
Absolutely.
Jeremiah Martin had no. It seems like Jeremiah should be younger than 27, but
well, he was at Memphis for 4 years. So when he came out,
then he kind of started kind of weird. Like he wasn't like 18 when he started. Didn't something happen with him?
I don't know that story. I don't know if that's true or not. Honestly, it could be. I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, that was the TBT. I watched that last Friday. Gabe called it the G League, college G League is what he was calling it.
Yeah.
Gabe's kind of a basketball snob. He won't even watch a bad Grizzlies game. It's got to be a good matchup for him to watch it. Otherwise, he don't care. Yeah, TBT. Shout out. Is it a weekend thing, or was it?
Yeah, it's gonna go for a while. They play like regionals.
Okay. So it runs like the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, so it's like regionals, and then I think this past weekend the final games on Sunday. Whoever won those games were going to might not be I think it was in Barclays last year where they had kind of the finals of the TBT. I mean, it's dope. It's a dope thing. It's nice to have it during the summer when there's nothing else going on. But yeah, it was honestly, man, like the biggest takeaway for me was I just thought that the whole Wichita State, Kansas crowd, the way they talked about it was just corny as hell, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I thought it was so corny.
Yeah. I don't know. I saw Will Coleman was like, we running it back. We'll get it next year or whatever. I would like to see them kind of get some of those younger guys in. Some of, I don't know. You're talking about the East class, those kids, the Lawsons, Tyler Harris.
So it was mentioned last night on Untapped. What about First 48 coming in? Tyler Harris would be.
Oh, yeah. Man, he would murder. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he would murder in something like that. I think that's an environment for him. Yeah, man, those guys started looking their age a little bit. And I talk all the time about how I fear mortality, how certain things make me feel old. Like seeing old Chris Crawford and old Adonis Thomas.
It's weird.
I was like, to hell with this, man.
I was in my, we were in our,
what am I looking at?
We were in our late 20s when they were in high school, and they look old out there on the court.
We were young and full of energy working at the MAM Center when that class came in. You remember we were there?
Oh, yeah.
Because that's when I started. My journalistic debut was covering the Bluff City Classic for that class. That's how I got into journalism altogether.
So wild.
And that's how me and you met.
Yep.
And we kind of when I started doing that and I found out you worked there. When you started working there, you came in knowing me through that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, man, to see those guys be too old to hoop now, like, oh man, this sucks. Like I was talking about Rudy Gay last week. I'm like, man, all right, man. Like I'm officially an old ass man. But TBT, shout out to whoever wins that thing. Like I said, man, I got way more invested in that than I thought I would have. Didn't plan on watching it at all. But glad I watched it, man. It was good stuff. Good stuff for sure. Now here's the one, man. Here's the one here, man.
We're about to fight.
Cause you think it sucks, bro.
I hate this shit.
All right. Jason Smith for the Jason and John show, he clowned this as well. Me and John Martin were all on it. Slamball made his return after a 15-year hiatus. Slamball is a Mod Podge concoction of sports. It looks the most like basketball. They play it on a basketball court. It has elements of football. It has elements of hockey, from what they say on the broadcast. And the paint is all trampolines, like you're at Jump World. Jump World. Yeah. It's like it's literally trampolines, and you can jump to. It helps you to jump to dunk the basketball. Your defenders are like, it's a wild sport to watch, man. But I'll say this about Slamball. It looks the most like basketball, but the guys that are out there playing resemble football players more than basketball. So they don't actually look good trying to play basketball. But like the violence of it all, I like the way guys get knocked out. A guy can be dribbling down the court. If you put the ball on the ground, you're legal to get tackled. Like they can literally come out there and just knock you out if you're dribbling the ball. If you're running with the ball, they really can't. But as soon as you put that ball on the ground and you dribble, you're liable to get hit. I thought it was super fun. Gabe thought it was fun. Gabe got into Slamball, but he didn't really get into the TBT. It was dope for like about an hour.
It's grown men jumping on a trampoline, Sain.
It was fire, bro. You crazy.
Listen, when the Bill Street Flippers could probably come in there, when the Bill Street Flippers could come in there and probably dominate that thing.
Not them, the kings of the court.
Yeah.
Come out
with the Elvis Presley.
Dust their ass.
The Elvis Presley out.
Yeah. But no, man, I liked it though. The uniforms are kind of corny. You know, I'm big on that type of stuff, man. When I see, like, that's why I didn't watch a single Showboats game. I was like, everything about this is ugly. I'm not watching this. The jerseys, logos, I couldn't get with the Showboats. God bless them. Jarvis Greer, love you, brother.
Hey, man.
Love you, Jarvis.
Love you, Jarvis.
But that Showboat stuff is ass. I'm not they mess with like a damn Madden, my league, whatever they call it, Ultimate Team type. Like, nah, man, y'all can get up out of here. Like, I couldn't get with it. Slamball was super fun. I don't care what you say. I don't care what Jason Smith says. Slamball was off the chain to me. The second hour, I was like, all right, I'm kind of done with this. I couldn't deal with 2 hours of it, but I will be watching this weekend. I promise you that.
Hey, man, I'll be watching paint dry
before you watch that.
That'd be more fun.
Oh man. Third sport I watched. I had so much fun. Me, Gabe, Jason Smith, and CJ were at the 901 FC game. Shout out to 901 FC.
It's fire, bro.
The good people over there went to the game. I got down there in time to catch the Bluff City Mafia, which is a local fan group. I wanted to actually see them parade in. The parade wasn't really parading they I don't know, man. Those numbers. I might be an official member, man, because I hate to talk bad about something that I could easily participate in. You know what I mean? Like I can't if I'm watching NBA, I can't do what NBA players do. I can't do nothing they do except for sit on my ass and just sit on the bench. Now I'd be hurting if I get up from doing that. But I can walk in a parade and be a fan. So I think I might need to be a part of the Bluff.
I've heard they're looking for a tribal chief, honestly.
Yeah, but they got to give me like some rank. Like you said, I got to be. I can't just come in and be like.
No, you can't be just a regular. Yeah.
Bluff City Mafia member. I got to be like high ranking.
No, I agree.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I got to have some.
We can put the feelers out. I'm sure they're listening right now.
Yeah, we might need to. Shout out to them, man. Might to reach out to my boy Josh over there, man. Works in PR. Yeah, I got to come in with a T-shirt. I need a jersey for me and my son. We'll be out there every Saturday. Marching in, man, for sure.
What'd you think about the game, though? Was it pretty intense?
Man, the game was dope as hell, bro. Like, 2 early goals. Me and Gabe have a celebration dance that we do when the goals happen that we borrow from Neymar Jr. Shout out to my boy Killian Mbappe. We'll talk about him later on in the show. That dude got paid. Oh, my God. About to get paid.
Billy, baby.
Man, who you telling? So, yeah, we had a good time. 2 early goals. I want to say Orange County, who wears orange and looks like they're like prison inmates when they're out there. But no, Orange County came back and scored. It was 2-1. Then I want to say Memphis got back up maybe 3-1 or
it was 2-2.
Yeah, 2-2.
So Orange County scored 2.
It was tied at the half, 3-3. Memphis didn't score in the second half, and Orange County came out and took the lead and late in the game, maintained the lead. Wild stuff, man. 2 red cards for Memphis. 2 guys got ejected from the game. Refs kind of lost control of the game, and the Memphis players really let the refs get under their skin. I could not tell you anything about soccer this time last year.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. Do you feel like you've kind of become knowledgeable about the games?
I love 901 FC, and I'll tell you the reason why. 2 reasons why I've became a soccer fan. One is Gabriel Sain, who's my son, and the reason why he became a fan is FIFA, the video game. Like, we play FIFA at the house.
Right.
He had some other. It's some other game that's made by. It's like an online only game that's on PS5. I can't think of the name of it. eFootball or something like that.
Okay.
We were playing that. I was like, okay, this is cool, but I bet FIFA is better than this. So I bought FIFA. It was like maybe $20, and me and Gabe play FIFA like crazy, and it gives me an understanding of some of the better players.
Right.
The casual names, I know them, know what team they play for. I said, well, man, let me check out 901 FC. You know what I mean? Me and Gabe started going to that. I started getting media passes to go to the games. Games are fun as hell, man. Super inexpensive.
Yeah.
Easy in, easy out. Parking isn't that bad. When it's good weather, it's just super fun, man. I enjoy the games. Lots of nice sightlines out there. The Bluff City Mafia is intense. We got to get the Bluff. 2 things need to happen, man. More people need to go to 901 FC games, period. Like, they're good. They're fun. They're super freaking fun. And the Bluff City Mafia needs to be back how they used to be.
Yeah.
Send out a mass email or something.
Let's do it.
We got to get the crew back together, man.
Do a Bluff City Media and Bluff City Mafia get together.
Yeah.
And get it kind of
do some recruiting,
kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, because it's something about soccer beer and white women. When you get them all together, it's just.
Whew. There's a level of like you see over in like Europe, and you see like the hooligan stuff that they do over there. There's some, man, when you're a fan of a soccer program, a soccer team, man, it's intense. Like you are all in on it.
But yeah, man, I have a really good time whenever I go. Yeah, the weather's, especially if the weather's nice, like I said, it's really good. It's really, I mean, soccer's one of those sports you got to kind of get used to, especially if you don't understand the rules, because you'd be like, okay, what the hell just happened? Like it'd be like, it would be something like the equivalent of a fast break. And they're like, oh no, that's offside. So like, this shit look dope to me. Yeah, it looked like a cold ass, kicking the ball ahead of the play type thing.
My response would be get back on defense.
Get back on defense, then. It's just our ass.
Like snowbird, snowbird's a real thing.
Man.
In
but
basketball.
There is no snowbird in soccer at all. But yeah, I do enjoy it. Go check out 901 FC. Go to the website. Get tickets, man. It's a very inexpensive activity to do. The weather's gonna be kind of dope for the rest of the season probably. So, yeah, y'all go check that out, man. But we about to go take a break. When we come back, we're going to have to sit down with Sain with my good friend of Bluff City Media, Gabe Kuhn, also the host of the Gabe Kuhn Show on 99 ESPN. He's going to jump in with Sit Down with Sain. It's going to be a great segment, I'm sure. You'll hear that and more coming up next soon on the Anthony Sain Show. See you guys in a minute.
What's up, guys? I'm so excited to announce that we have partnered with Coaching for Literacy, and you can read more about them at coachingforliteracy.org or follow them on social media at Coaching for Literacy. Your subscription to Bluff City NIL is 100% tax deductible because of our partnership together. Thank you for supporting Memphis Tigers student athletes and helping promote the monumental cause of childhood literacy.
Sain Show. Today's Sit Down with Sain, very good friend of mine. We go back to our Sports 56 days.
Yes, sir.
We just had a great conversation about our time over there during the break. My good friend, Gabe Kuhn. He's one of the co-hosts of On the Bluff with Christian Fowler, which you can hear here on Bluff City Media. Watch here on Bluff City Media as well. Also, he's the host of the Gabe Kuhn Show, Monday through Friday on 92.9 ESPN from 4 to 7 p.m. Gabe Kuhn, what's going on?
What's up, man?
Man, good to see you again.
I'm hanging in there.
Good to see you again, man.
Yes, sir, bro. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while, man. I remember us just counting down the days, man. Like, it's got to be better than this shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was my thought. I'm not gonna project it on
Don't
Gabe.
project it on me, but I'll. We had a good conversation during the break. It's all good. Yeah, we hash it out.
Shout out to Sports 56.
Shout out.
Yeah, Ken, if you need to edit it, that's fine. If not, we're gonna roll with it. But yeah, my boy Gabe Kuhn over here with me. Gabe, real fast. AAC Media Days are going on this week. Of course, the University of Memphis is a part of the AAC conference for now. There's been talks about possibly going to the Big 12, all these type of things. But right now, you have to deal the hand, that's been dealt to you. Play the hand's been dealt to you. Coach Ryan Silverfield, about to enter to year 4. What are your expectations for him in the conference and just, for the season?
Quick sidebar, AAC Media Days are trash, man. What the hell are they? Like, seriously, they asked the coach from Charlotte 3 questions. Did you see that soundbar?
Come on now,
dude,
come on now.
There's this dude, his name's Biff Poggy. He just took over at Charlotte. They asked him 3 questions, and they said, any more questions? And he went off on every reporter in there. 3 questions, y'all picked us dead last, yada, yada. But right. Either way, AAC Media Day is just one day, and it's just all
for real pushed
together. It's kind of trash in that regard. But I'm glad it's not Zoom anymore. That's the good news. But
this isn't the first one back without after Zoom, is it? This the first live one? No.
I mean,
I don't know.
I want to say last year was. I couldn't tell you.
I'm not the in-house AAC guy.
See,
here,
I'm not the
know.
AAC media. It's not SEC media days.
Right.
It's not Big Ten media days. Pac-12 media days. But expectations for Ryan Silverfield, man. The baseline's 8 wins. I don't give a damn. Right? It's a new AAC. You're going to be taking. You have North Texas, Rice, Charlotte, all these teams getting added to this conference. The only one that's really worth a damn at this particular moment is UTSA. So you're going to have a softer schedule. You should start 3-0. You start with Bethune-Cookman. You have an easy out-of-conference schedule till you get to Mizzou. You're going to have a nice little tough stretch of Mizzou, Tulane, SMU, right there in the middle. But the schedule, if you want to be taken seriously in the group of 5, you got to beat these teams.
Yeah.
You have to.
Right.
So I think 8 or 9 wins should be the expectation. And what I will say about Ryan is he would agree with me. He would absolutely agree with me. He said today they got picked 4th in the conference. He said we haven't done anything to be picked much higher than that.
Right.
But at the same time, you can say the right things. I think he's done the right things on the recruiting trail, bringing in guys, transfers that have some experience, some guys in the secondary. Simeon Blair is a team captain already. He was at Arkansas for some time. You have a decent quarterback. You bring in some guys on the outside in Demir Blankumsey and Toski Dove, one from Mizzou, one from Toledo, who have a lot of experience at wide receiver. You do all that. You bring some good D linemen in. Good offensive linemen, transfers that are big from LSU, from Arkansas, from A&M. He says the right things. He's done the right things on the recruiting trail. But at this point, expectation has to meet reality, right? And I don't think these past 2 years have come even close. You had 8 wins year 1. Year 4 needs to be at least that.
Yeah.
And that's where my expectation starts and ends. And if you can get 9, 10 wins this year, you feel damn good about the direction of the program because there's been some momentum lost. You got to gain it back.
You, of course, played for the Tigers back in the day. I'll age you a little bit. You were Fuentes.
2017, is that a back in the day, really?
What is what?
Yeah, it's kind of
6 years.
6 years, yeah.
You ain't looking like Adonis Thomas in them in the once a day, Chris Carver in them, but yeah. But no, you came with Fuente, right?
Yeah.
That was my guy too, man.
No. You're dead right.
Yeah, that was my guy.
I've always said Fuente had to come first, then Norvell.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if you did it the other way around,
People wouldn't have received Norvell as much.
I don't know if it would have been received the same way. Fuente is also that type of dude. Like, he didn't need the recruiting stars. He went and just found guys that wanted to get it out of the mud.
Just made that shit happen.
And just made it happen. So I feel like you needed him to lay a baseline, and then Norvell came along. But Fuente was my guy, man. I mean, he recruited me. I ended up 2 days before signing day decommitting from SIU Carbondale, 2-star recruit. I didn't even have a ranking by my name.
Right.
And ended up starting 51 games.
Yeah.
That's the type of dudes he brought in. I mean, Anthony Miller was a walk-on.
Yeah.
Phil Mayhew, walk-on. He brought in Daryl Henderson at the very end before he left for Virginia Tech. Like, he just brought in dudes that made things happen throughout that process.
I was covering the team during that time for Tri-State Defender, and that was a fun run, man.
Yeah.
With Fuente for sure.
Because it was just so terrible before.
Yeah.
And like
To see things getting the way they were going, it was super dope.
It was that game. It was that UCLA game on the road. I was playing center at that time, and I was sort of mixing it up. I was, splitting reps with a dude named Micah Simmons at that time. He was a junior. I was a freshman, so we were mixing in reps. But that was the game where we really saw, like, okay, we may have lost, but damn, like, you could be something. And I think Fuente set the foundation for all of that.
You used to mess with me a lot when we were at 56. My show came on before your show, and we would cross over sometimes. You were like, Sain, you know five dudes who play for the football team.
Do you? Go. Seth Hennigan, come on, you got Seth.
Seth Hennigan, yeah, the kid. He's like a junior now, right?
He's junior.
Yeah.
He's still young, though. I think he just had his first legal beer.
That's the only one I know. Is Joey Magnifico still got eligibility?
Joey's not there.
Right.
He's coaching. He's
Okay,
coaching.
all right.
He's GA.
All right, so who are the 5 guys? Who are the guys I should know?
Let me go.
Seth Hennigan,
Jaylen Allen.
What does he do?
Jaylen Allen's a DN. He led the team in sacks and tackles for loss, and he's a 5th-year senior at this point. Really good dude. Great interview.
I'm gonna go back and watch the show and write these names down.
But yeah, Seth, Jaylen Allen. Let's go from there. Simeon Blair, transfer from Arkansas, who's already captain on the team. He was at AAC Media Days. From there, I'm going to stay away from O-line just because you don't need to know O-line.
Yeah, come on.
For real. But Jacob Likes would be the one you need to know.
Okay.
He's the center. Let's go. Blake Watson could make a big splash this year at tailback. They brought him in from Old Dominion. He was a 1,000-yard rusher.
Okay.
And then the final one, just because I'm excited to see what he can do, linebacker, sideline to sideline, transfer from East Tennessee State, Chandler Martin. I think he's going to make a big impact as a transfer this year.
So who are some of what are your biggest concerns watching the team this year?
My concerns are the unknown. Like, it's just a lot of different dudes together that have never played together, right? So you have to see what that actually translates like on the field. But weirdly enough, like I think through the years, especially when the program got really good and the peak of the Cotton Bowl, it was offense, balanced offense. We're running the hell out of the ball. We're going to throw it over top. We're going to make it happen. We're going to score every time we touch a ball. And the defense would maybe fall back a little bit. You just needed a little bit from them, and sometimes you wouldn't get it from them. This year, I feel like the defense is pretty set. You got good defensive linemen, bringing Josh Ellison from Oklahoma. You got Cormonte Hamilton and Jaylen Allen at the end. You got Chandler Martin. You got Jeff Canton-Arku, who's been on campus. Like, you have a really good backing with Simeon Blair. I've already mentioned him. Like, I feel like I trust the defense pretty substantially. In year 2, DC, Matt Barnes, I like his style. He's a big energy guy. I've seen him coach. He's a big energy guy. Offense, I have a bunch of questions outside the quarterback. Like,
because you didn't name a receiver at all.
Yeah, well, I mean,
you listen.
Tosky Dove from Mizzou, who caught for 500 yards. That's his best season. Demir Blankenship caught for 500 yards at Toledo. That's his best season. Like, Blake Watson, really good player, but he's got to have an O-line to block for him. And their running game has been awful for a lot of different reasons. The schemes, the players, everything else. It's strange. Like, the unknown on the offensive side of the ball is what scares me. And usually you just get used to, this offense is going to be good. Yeah. They're going to be fine. They're going to score points. I don't know if that's the case. I feel like it's going to be a learning curve the first few games of the year, and the defense is really going to have to step up in those moments. Yeah. And then maybe you'll start to catch some fire down the stretch of the season, but that's it's yet to be seen.
Well, I'm definitely going to make it a challenge to know 5 guys on the team.
I get you 5.
I mean,
I'm giving you more than 5.
To retain that, you know what I mean? Okay. I want to be able to watch it and say, okay, that dude's pretty dope. Then I'll remember him. Yeah. But I use yours definitely as a reference point.
Okay.
Yeah. Shout out. Hold me to that, man.
Let's go for it.
Jeff Calkins wrote an article today that's got a lot of traction.
Good
a lot
article,
of people talking about. Yeah, for sure. It's really good. He was talking about, basically, to sum up the article, I'm not going to give you a free preview. Go check it out on the Daily Memphian.
You got to log in?
Right. Like, yeah, I got somebody else logging. Man, I don't pay for that stuff, man. Like, for real. But so I got to log in. I got
to log in.
Yeah. Shout out.
I don't necessarily pay for it, but I got to log in.
Yeah, I ain't going to snitch on nobody's login I got. Anyway, there was state funding basically was allocated to the city of Memphis back in April, I believe. And long story short, that money may not be the same money that we thought it would be or how it would be allocated, whatever. There's been discussion between the 2 biggest sports entities in the city of Memphis, arena-wise, which is the FedEx Forum, of course, where the Grizzlies play, Tigers play, and also the Liberty Bowl, where, of course, I call it the Liberty Bowl. I'm not calling it whatever it is.
Simmons Bank Liberty Stadium?
No, Liberty Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hard to break that habit.
Yeah, I'm not trying to. Also, but I'm not actively trying to call it Simmons Banks Memorial Stadium, whatever it's called. Anyway, I know that I know the football is your heart. I know that's your thing. You played 4 years here. I think the more games than any lineman in school history, if I'm not mistaken.
Until it got broken the next year.
Oh,
I'm second. Well, I'm third, I guess, because there's a tie for first. Yeah. 2 of my teammates.
I'll say this: you will not be able to change my mind about which one is more important. The Grizzlies get more priority in my mind as far as where the funding should go. But at least, can you at least show me another way of looking at this other than screw the Tigers, screw the football stadium, screw the Big 12, screw all that. Can you give me another way to look at it?
So this is the tough part. I'm not going to change your mind because I agree with you. Right. Like, you appease the damn professional team.
Right.
They're going to be there consistently. If you get a 25-year lease, they're putting a lot into this city.
Right.
This is a small market city, right? They've already given it's an influx of money. It's something we rally behind, and the team's great, and they've built a good product here, and they've had good products in the past. Like, they've tried. What I would say is, first off, let me just ask you this question. When it comes to FedEx Forum, how many issues do you have with it?
Oh, I got a few.
All right, go ahead.
The food sucks.
Okay.
It definitely needs to be. It's something like there are a few sidelines that could be better. Because I've been to like, I ain't gonna lie, man. I went to one. You know, they say you get a mug exposed to something little, they act like they seen the world.
Right.
But, yeah. But I went to Atlanta for a Hawks game, and their arena is
immaculate.
Yeah, it's like it's not just the modernization of it, but it kind of looks like if they were playing basketball inside a crosstown concourse.
Okay.
It just looks like it fits the community, the age group of the people that are there. It's real eclectic. Like you got like a barbershop in there. They've got like
I think the front deal of FedEx Forum is nice, but inside there's some more amenities.
It kind of feels like you're in like this dope little civic center or something when you're inside it. It doesn't feel like you're inside an arena. Like they've got a lot of open space dining. Like it's just a totally different vibe. So, the sight lines are better.
I guess my big thing would be that I don't think FedEx Forum's really in need of crazy repairs. It's 20 years old.
Yeah.
It's 20 years old.
But it's not a horrible
like
looking
you could improve it. But like how much money do you really need to improve it? How much more do you want from FedEx Forum?
Because the stuff I'm talking about, like we can roll it the way it is. The food thing can be fixed. Seems like, you know.
Yeah, and that doesn't take $450 million, right? You get what I mean? Like that. Yeah. That's where I come from. Like I just feel like the stadium's nice. You don't hear a lot of complaints about it. It's in a premier spot downtown Memphis. Beale Street's right there. You can get food. You can get drink. It always helps the local economy. Like it's just it is really in the premier spot in Memphis. Right. Simmons Bank Liberty Stadium was built in 1965. It's an eyesore at times. Like it's got historical value, and I love it, and I played in it. But it needs upgrades. Yeah. And I think ultimately, if all things were equal, and you were able to appease the Grizzlies with say $100 million, and you could pay out, and you know they extend their lease, you're all good. Which this is a fairy tale scenario. I'm not because the Grizzlies gonna get they're gonna get whatever the hell they want. They're gonna get what they want. Yeah. But if you're able to appease the Grizzlies with say $100 million, and you could get all the upgrades you needed at Simmons Bank Liberty Stadium, I feel as if the potential for growth with having that done would exceed what you would even get out of $400 million worth of renovations at FedEx Forum. You get what I'm saying?
Because like, your Grizzly fans are going to be your Grizzly fans.
Yes, like how much are you going to add with that $400 million worth of renovations? Yes. Right? Are you going to bring more people from out of town just because you did that renovation? I don't think so. I feel like the stadium's good enough, and people from out of town speak highly of it. I feel like with Simmons Bank Liberty Stadium, you upgrade it, give $200 million worth of renovations, get field boxes, do all that. You're showing the ability to potentially get into a Power 5, and that would be the Big 12. Right. And if you got into the Big 12, we're talking about an influx of money to the university, an influx of money to the local economy, more butts in the seats, better opponents week in, week out. I just feel like the potential for growth at Simmons Bank Liberty Stadium would exceed what you could get out of FedEx Forum if all things are equal. Yeah. But I know that's not realistic. Yeah. I know. That hinges off the fact of like, you'd have to get in the Big 12. Big 12 would have to say, "Oh, I like what you've done. Right. Let me take you in," which is still a massive.
Because we got this big super center to play football in AAC. It's kind of
right. It would kind of fall on deaf ears. But if it ultimately grew into a Power 5 conference and more TV revenue for the university, like I feel like that would be more worth it than $400 million worth of renovations at FedEx Forum. But
because we're not gonna get like an All-Star game or nothing like that.
I mean, I guess you could, but you have to make sure that
we need more than a dope arena though.
That'd be sweet if they got it. If we got an All-Star game, that'd be sweet. But I mean, ultimately, I know that's not gonna happen. Like if the Grizzlies want $450 million worth of renovations, they should get it. To be honest with you, just because we don't want to piss them off. Yeah. They can leave. University of Memphis, they can't leave.
We're going to Carterville.
Now there is the argument that the University of Memphis could have got out ahead of this way back in the day. They invested like heavily in the early 2000s into basketball, and it almost paid off with a national championship. And they put football to the side. I mean, they could have invested real money into stadium upgrades for football then, but they didn't. And, you just sort of end up on the back end with your pants down to a certain extent.
Yeah, that's definitely what's going on. And I'll be real with you, Gabe, brother. I appreciate you. I respect you. I love you, brother. But I hear what you're saying about the Big 12 and all that. But real being real. The only Big 12 I care about is Ja Morant. So I hear you, brother. I hear you, and I know Ja's.
I get it. Hey, look. Hey, hold up. I got.
Yeah, man. That's a tight little shirt too, man.
Yeah, no. Listen. I'm with you, but like I guess ultimately, my entire point here is I wish it took less to appease the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
But wishing doesn't do a damn thing about it. Like they're gonna take whatever money they want for whatever stadium renovations they want, and you know, University of Memphis is gonna be left out, and it is what it is.
Because if I could just get some booming ass Wi-Fi in FedEx Forum, I really wouldn't care nothing about what happens at the Liberty Bowl. Because you know what, bro? I'm gonna tell you a problem I get. I used to live in that area right by the Liberty Bowl, right off of Central, right?
Yeah.
And every time there was a Tiger game, my phone would not work.
I don't get that.
I could not text anybody.
It's like any big crowd. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, is that by design by the stadiums? Like,
I don't
even get that.
I think it's
every
just the
time I'm
amount
in a
of
big
people
crowd.
that are pulling on the towers.
I guess so.
But yeah, I could not send out. Like, I'm at my house. I'm not at the game, bro. I'm at my house. Every Saturday around noon, my phone stops
Wait, your
working.
Wi-Fi wouldn't work? Or is
No,
it
my
like
Wi-Fi would work. My
It's your
phone,
phone.
I couldn't call, couldn't
Data.
text. It would totally
Network.
nothing would work.
Yeah.
Like, damn you, University of Memphis football. But yeah,
Get us some get some good Wi-Fi in
man.
FedEx Forum.
Yeah.
Use that 400 megs.
exactly. Yeah, man. But speaking of transition over to Tiger basketball, there's a young man. I don't know where he's from. Maybe from French Toast, Mississippi, or something. I don't know. Because I've heard this man's name pronounced. I've heard this man's name pronounced all these extravagant ways. His name is Teofale Leonard. I think is his name. But I've heard Teofale Leonard by some people. I'm like, okay, bro, where's this dude from?
Teofale Leonard
What?
Jr.
Okay, stop. I ain't heard that. Tia Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A. Come on, bro.
I was confused as hell though. First time I had to hear that it was Teofale Leonard. I think it was like Jason Munn's on the show with me, and I was like, Teofale Leonard Jr. He's like, it's actually Teofale Leonard Jr. I'm like, all right, bro, you got it.
All right, would it really matter what his name is? Because there's a lot of rumors, a lot of murmuring that he may not be on campus. Seems like it's a biggest untold secret. I mean, everybody kind of knows it, that it's looking like he may not be here.
Yeah.
I'm not particularly stressing about it. I think Penny has a very strong class, very strong roster. I'm not going to act like the kid can't play. You're talking about a guy's, second round NBA draft pick possibility, all these type of things. And I think that's part of the reason why he probably wants to be in a big role here. With those type of
course.
This is the year for him to really prove a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He doesn't have many more chances though. But I'm kind of like, okay, if you don't get this guy, if you got other guys that are here, you got the Jones kid who's like a 3-4 wing, spring forward type guy. I'm not stressing about it. Like, should I? I mean, am I?
I mean, in the sense that he would be great as a reserve player that to give you 15, 18 minutes a game and be a defensive ace. Like, I guess you could stress about that. But, like, if you're talking about a damn starting lineup of Javon Quinterly, Caleb Mills, David Jones, DeAndre Williams gets another year, Jordan Brown, who gives a damn?
Right.
Play all those five for
And
35 minutes a game.
Yeah.
And then you got Jonathan Pierre, you got Nick Jordan, you got Jaylen Young, you got other guys
That can play.
That can play. Like, you don't need a 10-person rotation. I think he's more of a luxury than he is a necessity, if that makes sense. And man, I don't think you should, like, the confidence level of him actually getting on campus, I am very low. I've heard three damn different reasons why he's not going to be here. If I hear 3 reasons that he's not going to be here, I'm just going to assume he's not going to be here.
Yeah, and I get it. If it's only for, like, I need to be starting, I need all eyes on me, this is my last shot, I'm not screwing around coming off the bench for this team. Love y'all, but I got to think about myself at this point.
I think
I can get that.
If I'm him and I see, okay, I'm a second-round NBA mock draft, like, I'm getting looks. And it's strictly defensive looks, right? Because he can guard. He can really guard. And he's long, and he can steal the ball. He can block shots, even though he's 6'7". I would want a chance to show my offensive bag. I would want to show, like, okay, maybe I can move up draft boards if I can shoot a 3, if I can get off the bounce, get to the rim. Like, I would want to show my offensive bag. And if he's a reserve, not going to get that opportunity necessarily.
Right.
But then also the other thought process would be from the Memphis side is like, I brought him in when we didn't have anything in his class.
Yep.
If I promised him $300,000 of an NIL bag, I don't necessarily feel right splurging like that for a guy that's going to play 15 minutes.
Yep.
So, I mean, we'll see what happens ultimately. But I don't think it should be like I don't think anybody should freak out about him not making it to campus because also we've seen Penny work, man.
Oh, he finds a way to make stuff happen.
You know he's making moves right this second, like while we're talking. Exactly. So it doesn't matter.
Who knows what you might hear coming out from? Yeah. Who knows? But yeah. You've got kids who aren't on campus and may not be on campus by the time they take off to the DR. Does that concern you at all? I'm not concerned. I think these are older guys. They'll figure it out when they get together. Yeah.
I guess it's a concern of like, can you get off-season work? Can you get them to gel quick? But man, these dudes are 3-4 year players. Yeah. Like, who gives? Like, they've been there. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. In the DR, how much you gonna learn from it? 3 games.
I wouldn't be thinking about no basketball.
You saw that? They're playing Leicester. Will be on the DR team.
Yeah, man. Could you imagine having a pocket full of NIL money in the DR? Shit,
it'd be a hell of a time.
Shit,
I still can't miss that, man.
I need an escort. Y'all need an escort out there.
I missed
a chaperone.
I missed out on the NIL bag, man. I'm still sad.
By how many years? Like what? 2 or 3?
3.
Shit.
No, 4. 4. It would have been 4 because it was 2021. I think the legislation finally got put in.
You would have got one, man. You could have got one.
I would have got some barbecue, so I would have got something.
Something, man. Damn.
Like big dude, he eats.
Oh, I'm planning all that out for Gabe right now. Gabe, my son.
Yeah.
Gabe, yeah.
I'll teach him the kick set. We're gonna get a pass set.
Yeah, man. Gabe thinks he's that dude, man, for sure. You are the host of the late afternoon show on 92.9 ESPN. You're filling some very heavy shoes. I was thinking about this today when I was bringing you on to the show. Gary Parrish is my personal favorite, radio host here. Definitely one of the guys I get inspiration from. Him, Jason Smith are probably my 2 favorite guys in the city. I didn't really think about this, but Gary was really the original FM radio radio host. He was the first FM sports radio host in the city of Memphis. I didn't really think about it. What's it like filling those shoes, man? Like the expectations coming in,
right?
Because we know, you know what I mean. Me and you, we talked about through this whole process, the hiring process, all those type of things. Like, what's it like coming in, filling in behind him, and just filling in those shoes?
So, if you think about it that way, it can be overwhelming. And I'm not going to act like I haven't thought about it that way. Like, especially first month, second month.
Yeah.
But, like, there does come a point where you've done this, right? You just have to trust the work and just move forward that way. You can't get sidetracked by, whose shoes am I filling? Right. What do people think about me? People are going to think whatever the hell they want about you, positive, negative, in between. So, for me, it was overwhelming at first, but like I just trust the work, man. Yeah, I just trust what I can do.
Because you clearly don't care, man. You come in and you do your own thing.
Yeah, I believe in myself. Like, and here's another thing: is like, transitioning from one guy to another can be frustrating for some people because people love Gary. I love Gary's show, man. Gary and Bennett through college and listen to that show. It was great. So like different styles, people can get annoyed with at times, but I'm just gonna do what I do. Yeah. Like I can't force you to like me. I can't force myself into being Gary. Ultimately, Gary is Gary. Gabe is Gabe. I'm gonna be Gabe every day. So like, it wore off. It wore off after about a month and a half of like, hell, let me just go. It's your show.
Do your thing. Yeah. I commend you for that for sure, man. You definitely do your own thing. I tune in on the way to do this show just to know what I'm gonna talk about sometimes. Just like what's going on in the world of sports? Listen to something real sporty real quick. Cut off my boy Gabe.
What about the Open Championship? You want to talk about the Open Championship? Man. What about the Cardinals?
No,
Cardinals?
No, I don't listen to none of that at all. And that's one thing I wanted to transition into. Right. Final question for you. This, of course, is Gabe Kuhn from On the Bluff here on Bluff City Media and the Gabe Kuhn Show on 92.9 ESPN. You do both right now. You're the host of a traditional FM radio station where they do radio and that's it. No digital stuff, no video stuff, none of that. And then you're doing the new wave, digital marketing, digital programming here for Bluff City Media. This is what I do, and I have the luxury of there are certain things that be going on that could be going on in the city. I don't give a flying piece of shit about. I'm just not going to talk about it, because I don't have to. Like this show, the people who listen to this show, the people who watch this show, they're watching because they like me, they like what I talk about, and they know what I'm gonna talk about. There's certain things I ain't screwing around with. You know what I mean? But
you don't have to.
I don't have to. You know what I mean?
Corner yourself into talking about it.
Right. But with radio, you kind of have to do that or whatever. What's it like? The difference between the two? Some of the advantages and disadvantages between the two of those.
So I would say, like, obviously, some disadvantages of just FM radio, FCC regulated, so you don't really get to let your hair down and really talk and really.
You can't do the sit downs,
open up. Yeah, you can't do all that all the time.
The bitch ass this. You can't just get to do it. You can say that though. But you can say some variation.
You can say bitch and ass.
You might can't say it well black because when you put with black people we say it, it's it sounds a little bit more for real. Like, you know what I mean? So,
but like there's a little more buttoned up.
Yeah.
Sort of way you have to carry yourself. Now, with that, I think as much as people would look at, 3 hours of radio for me, for example, they'd say, oh, damn, that's a lot of time to fill. For me, I feel like it's nice because, I get to talk about whatever the hell I want to talk about, whatever stories float my boat that day. Because sometimes if you have a 2-hour show, you're not getting to exactly what the hell you want to get to. It's not just filling time. It's really talking about what you want to talk about. I really love it. You know what I mean? So that's an advantage. But when you get into a podcast situation, it's, man, letting your hair down, unbuttoning.
You got an hour to just kind of go,
I just pulled up. I'm on camera in some damn Air Force Ones and shorts.
Right.
Like, I enjoy having a little bit more fun. And honestly, I think the focus, and you don't have to go so long. You don't have to have 3 hours. Right? So I guess that's an advantage of damn, I can really get out what I need to say in just a short period of time as well. And I just think it's less pressure as well. I don't know if you feel that. You've done FM. You've done radio. It's just less pressure. It's damn. You can just be you, chill, and relax. It's not that I'm not myself on FM. It's just that you have to be more buttoned up.
Right. You got a different type of audience. In radio.
For sure.
Man, I'll say this just as a joke as we wrap up this segment with Gabe. Everyone knows, of course, I threw my name in the hat for the same position you did. And my first time listening, I was like, I never felt the way about you getting the job.
Yeah, people kind of. No, you called me. You called me the whole process. We were talking the whole process.
The whole time we were talking about. I said, bro, if it's me, this. If it's you, it's this, or whatever. We talked about. But when you first got the gig and I cut it on, I was like, man, hell no, I couldn't do this shit, man. I was like, bro, Gabe, cause I was like, man, 3 hours, nah. I could. Because it's so much stuff I just don't give a shit about, man. But I was like, yeah, bro. Gabe, I tell people now. Gabe, no, they picked the right motherfucker. They picked the right man for sure. Let me tell you.
Yeah, you got to spend 10 minutes talking about Justin Herbert getting a re-up on his contract.
Second string quarterback. Texas A&M. I'm like, all right, man. I don't give a crap.
And then people get annoyed. You're ignoring the Cardinals or the MLB at some point. Yeah, you got to bring that back around.
Yeah. Like this is why I don't talk about baseball. Now I got to talk about the Brewers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's man. But I definitely commend you. You're excellent at it, man.
Appreciate it.
When I cut you on. You can be talking about anything and you sound knowledgeable on all of it. Like I said, I often don't have no clue what I'm gonna talk about before I show up today. So I just cut Gabe on and see. All right, I'll talk about this. There you go. I want to sound factual.
Well,
so
I'll say this, some of the stuff I'm talking about. You're nah, I don't know about that. I'm talking about Brian Harmon winning the Open Championship. You're like, no, that is not coming up today.
Yeah, man. There's a lot. People don't understand, man. If you give radio or just guys in broadcasting a minute, we can figure out some stuff. We could Google something and put some names. We can pull some names together. Really think you know what we're talking about, man. Like my boy.
We can fake it till we make it up.
Like my boy Tiafale Leon Arde. Leon Arde. We could just really be flogging out here. but yeah, man, this is my guy. My guy Gabe Kuhn, man. Check him out. The Gabe Kuhn Show, Monday through Friday from 4 to 7 on 99 ESPN. Check him out here on the Bluff. Him and Christian Fowler have a great show. I watch their show as well to figure out what I'm going to talk about. Everyone in the city does that. We steal each other's shit all the time. But yeah, that's kind of how it works. But yeah, we're about to take a break, man. When we come back, the 3-pointer is going to be here on the Anthony Sain Show. See you guys in a minute.
What's up, guys? I'm so excited to announce that we have partnered with Coaching for Literacy, and you can read more about them at coachingforliteracy.org or follow them on social media at Coaching for Literacy. Your subscription to Bluff City NIL is 100% tax deductible because of our partnership together. Thank you for supporting Memphis Tiger student athletes and helping promote the monumental cause of childhood literacy.
Anthony Sain Show. Glad to have you guys back. My guy, Gabe Kuhn, just wrapped up a great segment with me. Really enjoy having my boy on, man. Gabe Kuhn doing a great job with the Gabe Kuhn Show on 99 ESPN, as well as on the Bluff with him and Christian. Great show. Make sure you guys check that out for sure. The three-pointer, where we talk about three things that are important going on in the world of sports. Very, very scary story, man, happened this morning. It's kind of, one of those life comes at you fast, how you can just be doing things normally and then you look up and something tragic can happen. It's not tragic yet, but it just shows you, man, how precious life is and how fragile life is, man. Bronny James suffered cardiac arrest during the USC practice on Monday, I believe. Scary story, man, for a young man that young. I think he's 19, 20 years old, to have some type of heart health issue, man. Really scary that they took him in, addressed it. At this point of the recording, hasn't been anything that's came out from the James family, any reports, anything, and I'm glad about that too, man.
Yeah, man. I'm
glad that this isn't happening in the season. LeBron's got to talk to reporters, or missing games, while we're figuring this out. Scary stuff, man. I don't know. I don't want to speculate too far into the future of his career, or he's still a very young man. Not a lot of details are coming out about this at all. I don't even want to have a conversation about what this means for his playing career. Just hope that he's healthy, hope that he's safe, hope that they can run as many tests as possible, man, to see what might be going on with him, man. Bronny James, one day you're worried about living up to expectations of your father, who's one of the greatest players of all time, and now you're just happy probably to be alive. You know what I mean? This could have been anything.
We're both fathers, Anthony.
Yeah, man.
Like, what did you think when you saw that?
I thought about Gabe. I thought about my son.
Yeah, me too.
He's playing sports and stuff like that, and it's tough, man. It's tough to even have to think about something like that. So just thoughts and prayers out to the James family. Don't rush. You don't have to make a statement. Take your time. You don't owe us anything. Take care of your son. Take care of yourself. Sad stuff to hear, man. Scary. Just, we're not going to talk like we lost him, but it's just scary, man, that the kid's out there doing what he was, born to do. He's the son of the king, and out there doing his thing, and then, he has this heart health issue. So glad that it was taken care of, glad that it's being addressed early, and hopefully we can hear more positive news about Bronny James. Number 2, Jaylen Brown got that bag, man. We were just talking about Desmond Bain. Him getting the max deal from the Grizzlies. Jaylen Brown, 5-year, $304 million super max contract for Jaylen Brown. The other Jaylen for the Boston Celtics, Jaylen Brown, he came into the NBA a year before Jason Tatum. The man got that bag for sure. He was All-NBA team this year. There are people talking about overpay. Here's the thing, man. I don't think he's overpaid. I think he's eligible for a Supermax contract. Right. I think he would be the first player. If he didn't get it, I think he'd be the first player that's been Supermax eligible that didn't get the Supermax. I can't think of anyone else who was Supermax eligible who didn't do it. I'm not going to say he got overpaid, but I will say this because I've said this before. The Supermax contracts are to the detriment of the NBA. They're hurting NBA teams. It's great to be able to get a guy where you can pay these super extravagant amounts of money, where you can pay well beyond what other guys are making on a regular max deal. But it's strapping these teams in, man, and it makes these guys almost impossible to move. And Boston's got 2 of them. You know what I mean? I don't think any team has 2 Supermax deals. I can't think of one. But that is a lot of money tied up in the 2 dudes.
Memphis might have 3.
Yeah, Memphis could have 3. So. I don't even know if the CBA is even going to allow you to do that. But
what do you?
Yeah, man. But that's a lot. That's a lot of money tied into. But that, man, you're talking about 3 dudes though. This is 2.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we've got other young pieces that we're trying to develop that could come behind those guys that you can pay whatever to keep those guys, whatever tax to pay them. Boston, man, it's going to be tough to build around those 2 dudes for sure. But like I said, I'm not knocking the contract. I'm not a fan of Supermax deals because, like I said, it ties teams in, makes it almost impossible to trade for those guys, makes a Damian Lillard that much harder to trade for.
Yep.
Kind of straps you in for a while, but I'm not knocking Jaylen Brown getting 5 years, $304 million. Super max deal with the Boston Celtics. Number 3, speaking of getting the bag, god damn. Man.
We talking another level of bag.
Man, I don't care about Max Headroom, Super Max, HBO Max, Maxwell House, all that.
Max Payne,
all that thrown in, man. Air Max, all that thrown in together.
This is all of it.
And I'm gonna tell you, we talked about this earlier. How I know what soccer is now, thanks to FIFA and thanks to my son Gabe. Killian Mbappe, who I definitely know who this man is. He's a cover athlete for FIFA 23. I play with him on FIFA all the time. He plays for Paris Saint-Germain. I think it's how it's pronounced.
Nice job, bro.
Yeah, shout out. I think they're still wrong. But
No, I think that was. Listen, you had a little French accent going.
Paris Saint-Germain.
Is it Germain? Germain?
I think the Germain is wrong. I think it's man.
Yeah,
Or something like that. But yeah, I've been in my French bag today. I've always also done TFL Leonardi.
That's Italian.
I don't know. Chef Leon RD. Anyway, man.
Yeah, this is a very cultured show,
Yeah,
man.
man.
If you want to,
you get all kind of culture. You get black culture. You get all kind of stuff going on. Yeah, but Killian Mbappe currently plays for Paris Saint-Germain. With that being said, he's got some kind of contract beef with them, where they're saying he may sit out this entire year. This is the last year of his contract. He's threatened to sit out the rest of this year, if I'm not mistaken. So Al Hilal SFC, Saudi team. Where is Saudi Arabia getting money from? It's just like,
bro, what are you talking about? Oil? They got money.
I didn't want to say that because it might be offensive. Just assume that their money is oil money. So you're saying it is oil money, right?
Yes.
All right, cool. The oil money in Saudi Arabia. If you're looking for a, let me say this to y'all now. I'm looking to the camera. If you guys are looking for a show that covers Memphis area sports,
hey,
you know John Morant, that dude. Hey, we got all that coverage.
We'll go to Saudi Arabia.
I will move to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah,
and be in this joint. You'll
wear the turban and everything.
Nah, I ain't gonna do all that.
Nah,
but
I ain't gonna do all that.
that was a little. I'm glad you said that, not me. But yeah, man, if y'all looking for a show in Memphis to sponsor, hey, I can be bought at a very low price.
It's a group called the Saudi Fun Group or something like that, and it's like all the princes and the kings and stuff. Because there's 160 princes over there, and they all got gajillion dollars. Yes.
But Kylian Mbappe, the man, probably one of the better soccer players in the world. He's from France. He plays for the French national team. $1 billion deal, in essence, coming from Al Hilal SFC that involves a $332 million buyout to Paris Saint-Germain.
Which is bigger than the Jaylen Brown.
Which is bigger than the Jaylen Brown entire deal. This is a 1-year buyout to get him, just to get him out of that contract for 1 year. $332 million buyout fee, plus a $776 million salary for that one season with Al Hilal SFC, which will also allow him to be a free agent next year. And they told him, if you want to go play for Real Madrid, which is the team that they feel like he wants to go to,
right,
that he's free to do so. So this is a 1 year, $1 billion deal for Kylian Mbappe.
So the same Saudi group that's doing this, they also are the ones that are funding the live golf situation.
Yeah, I ain't playing with y'all at all.
And you know they offered Tiger Woods $750 million to come and play for them, and he turned that shit down flat.
Yeah. Man,
could you imagine turning down $770-something million?
Can y'all do $776 a month to sponsor the Anthony Sain show? Can y'all do that?
We'll take it.
I promise you, for $776 a month, I would be on here. Hey, you would get full coverage of whatever you want on the Anthony Sain show for sure, man. But yeah, man, talk about a $1 billion bag for 1 year. Man, I would take that. Is it a matter of him taking it? Or is it a matter of
Paris Saint-Germain
allowing him to get out? Because if they don't accept the buyout, there's nothing to talk about.
That's the way it works, I guess, in soccer. International soccer is like they have to like accept the deal and take the buyout or whatever.
Man, look.
Mbappe, why would you turn down $332 million?
If I'm Paris Saint, they just lost Messi. We know that already. They've still got Neymar Jr. I ain't gonna lie, man. For $332 million, you paying me just to get rid of this dude who's leaving next year anyway?
He's gone anyway.
Mbappe, you can Mbappe your ass up out of here. For sure. I'm taking it. Mbappe. You can get Mbappe your ass up out of here. And I'm about to Mbappe my ass over to Saudi Arabia for sure. New era in sports, man, with the kind of money. The Saudi money is hitting different. There are rumors about the WWE getting bought out by Saudi Arabian money.
Not rumors. That happened.
It happened? That's done?
It's done.
Oh, shit. I ain't know. Shout out. But yeah, man. But that's all I got. We about to take a break, man. We got my boy, The Bluff City boss, Don Montana from 901 Wrestling, is going to come in, talk about the Wild Card Rumble. He won it last year. Just a great event that the guys at 901 Wrestling put on in honor of the Wild Card, Devin Taylor, who passed away last year in a tragic accident. The Bluff City boss, Don Montana, is going to come in next segment, talk about an exciting event. Like I said, that's happening at 901 Wrestling. When we come back, that's what we'll be doing here on the Anthony Sain Show. See you guys in a minute.
What's up, guys? I'm so excited to announce that we have partnered with Coaching for Literacy, and you can read more about them at coachingforliteracy.org or follow them on social media at Coaching for Literacy. Your subscription to Bluff City NIL is 100% tax deductible because of our partnership together. Thank you for supporting Memphis Tiger student athletes and helping promote the monumental cause of childhood literacy.
Welcome back to the Anthony Sain Show. The Wild Card Rumble is coming very soon to 901 Wrestling, and no one would be better to talk about than last year's winner, the man, Don Montana of 901 Wrestling, sitting to my right. What's going on today, Don? You good,
man,
bro?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Man, good. Good to have you on for sure, man.
Man, I'm glad to be here.
Yeah.
This is my first interview.
Yeah.
Been looking forward to
Yeah,
it.
man. Glad to hear you, man. Glad to have you in the building for sure here in the Bluff City Media Studios. Like I said, the Wild Card Rumble is coming up very soon. I know it's a very sensitive issue to yourself. Devin Taylor was a close friend of yours. He passed away. Very unfortunate accident. After a show, we lost him to a very tragic accident. And the Wild Card Rumble was dedicated to him, Devin Wild Card Taylor. It's basically like you already know, you won it last year. It's how you guys determine who will get a shot at any title in 901 Wrestling. Tell us more about the Wild Card Rumble and what we should expect coming up very soon.
Right. The Wild Card Rumble is basically a tribute to Devin Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
This will be the second one we had.
Mm-hmm.
I won, like you said, I won the one last year. And then the winner gets an opportunity to face any champion of his choosing. So you can go for the heavyweight championship, the 18-19 championship, or the tag team titles.
Right.
You got a party, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I won it last year. I ended up going for the 18-19, and I won that. Held on to it for a good little minute.
Yeah, I was there, and I saw you busting ass at the Wild Card Rumble last year.
Yeah, that's what
I saw you win the tournament last year as well. Easily one of the most intimidating wrestlers with 901 Wrestling is Don Montana. Big-time fan favorite whenever you come out. I noticed across your hand you have Wild Card across your knuckles.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely an
right
honor. Yeah.
In honor of him, because, I mean, he was really a close friend of mine. Great wrestler. I advise anybody. Man. If you look him up, go ahead and check out some of the matches he got there out there online. You will see how great he was.
Yeah, man, super high energy kid, man. It seemed like he really was growing in the industry, and so truly a sad moment, man. When the first show you guys had back after Devin passed away, it was really somber. You could really tell that the industry, not just in 901 Wrestling, but the local industry was affected by his loss, man. It is definitely commendable to see what 901 Wrestling is doing with the Wild Card Rumble event, and you personally, you know what I mean, a guy who I know meant that much to you. I talked earlier about the significance of the Wild Card Rumble and what it does. Like you said, it gets you that opportunity to get, like you said, a shot at either the 901 championship or the 18-19 championship.
Right.
What was your reign like? Like, what was it like, the decision on which one you wanted to go for, and what was that title reign like once you won the Rumble?
Man, it was something that just told me to go for the 18-19 championship, and it worked out for me. I had a good little run, held on to it for a couple of months, and then I ran into a little situation
Yeah.
with a little shiesty guy that run around there.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna mention his name
Yeah.
right now. It's not no shine. So
Yeah.
but yeah. So I plan on winning again this year, and I'm really having. I don't want to sound cocky or nothing, but like I said, I plan on winning it. So I'm really trying to choose what I'm going for this year. I could go back for that because I feel like I'm the rightful owner of the 18-19 championship still. But at the same time, I kind of want to get my hands on that big gold, the 901 wrestling championship.
Now, Hunter Havoc was in here about a month ago. He was like, ain't none of y'all ready. You know what I mean? Like he said, you might be. If I go back and check the tape, he might have said you might have been kind of on this level. But so.
Me and Hunter had our encounter.
Yeah.
He know what happened.
Yeah.
And he knows I'll be coming back for it soon.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Right.
Like I said, this is definitely one of the biggest shows of the year that you guys have. Like I said, you guys did a great job with it last year. I'm expecting the same. I'm expecting to see you. If I was a betting man, and I am, I probably would bet that you would probably pull it out because you look very easy winning the whole thing last year.
You won a lot of money betting.
Yeah, I'm betting on Don Montana for sure, man. That's coming up very soon. Y'all better be there. Check it out. It's coming out August the 5th at 7 p.m. at the Black Lodge on 405 North Cleveland. You need to get tickets. Get those tickets at 901 Wrestling.
You don't want to miss it.
Yeah, 901wrestling.com.
One of the biggest shows of the year.
Yeah, 901wrestling.com. Tickets start at $7. You cannot beat it. I will be in there in the VIP section trying to get my boy Kenny Stubblefield behind the glass to come up in that joint. You're going to get to see Don Montana, the rest of the 901 Wrestling crew. It's all in tribute to my boy Devin Taylor, the wild card Devin Taylor. Guys, come check it out. Like I said, he passed away tragically last year after a show, and 901 Wrestling is doing this show in honor of him. This is an annual event you guys are doing. Make sure y'all check it out for sure. My boy Don Montana and the guys at 901 Wrestling. We're about to take a break. When we come back, it's Inside the Sain Brain here on the Anthony Sain Show. We see you guys in a minute.
What's up, guys? I'm so excited to announce that we have partnered with Coaching for Literacy, and you can read more about them at coachingforliteracy.org or follow them on social media at Coaching for Literacy. Your subscription to Bluff City NIL is 100% tax deductible because of our partnership together. Thank you for supporting Memphis Tiger student athletes and helping promote the monumental cause of childhood literacy.
Show. This, of course, is your host, Anthony Sain. Shout out to all my guests today. Don Montana, the Bluff City boss from 901 Wrestling. Make sure you guys check that out again. August the 5th at 7 p.m. at Black Lodge, 405 North Cleveland. Get your tickets at 901wrestling.com. Tickets start as low as $7. You can't beat it. Go check that out. Also, shout out to my boy Gabe Kuhn of On the Bluff here on Bluff City Media. Gabe Kuhn Show, 99 ESPN. Great segment with him. Now it's time for Inside the Sain Brain, where I talk about something that's on my mind, a little something might be off the beaten path. You guys got two doses of Carly Russell last week. We won't talk about Carly. Other than Carly, your stuff is just, y'all know.
It's foul, man.
Google her. That stuff is out there. I'm going to talk about something else, speaking of foul. Jamie Foxx. Katie Stubblefield, you may or may not be aware of this. Jamie Foxx, in my opinion, is one of the GOAT entertainers of all time. I'm not going to say he's the GOAT actor. I'm not going to say he's the GOAT musician. I'm not going to say he's the GOAT stand-up comedian. But as far as the total package, being an entertainer.
He's everything.
When you can combine the three of those things, man, he's absolutely phenomenal. When you start thinking about his body of work, the things he's done, the stand-up specials, the TV shows, sitcoms, In Living Color, Jamie Foxx Show, you know what I mean, whatever you're talking about, movies, Ray, you know what I mean, just a monster, man. You know, he's just a monster with some of the things he does. Ali, he played a great role in that movie as well.
Yep.
Not to mention, like he's almost like he's in a renaissance right now of the of Netflix movies. He's done like 3 or 4 of them I know.
Yep.
That have always just been, you know, since 2020 that I've been glued in watching. Had a battle with illness a few months ago that that's kind of been undisclosed. You haven't really heard too much. Been rumors about strokes and all these type of things about him and heart attacks and all that. You know, we don't know for sure what happened. But after his release his reported release from the hospital, we didn't hear anything too much from his family. We didn't see any video, any pictures of him. And then with those type of things happen, you know, when there's absence, people kind of come in and make their own, you know, conspiracies or their own idea, own thought process of what might be going on. And of course, the one that people said, the one that's been brewing, that you hear almost as a explanation for everything. And I'm not. I hate to joke about something that's definitely serious, but when I saw the Bronny James thing, I was like, man, if this kid comes back and he plays and he's good, people are gonna say, oh, that's not really him. that's a clone. That's not Bronny James. You know what I mean? This is what people are kind of doing now because of technology, because of AI. Anytime somebody's gone for a minute, I've heard Ja Morant was cloned. The first time with the gun incident, I've heard people say, yeah, they cloned Ja while he was gone.
That's deep fake.
Yeah, man, like, what are we talking about, man? And this Jamie Foxx stuff is ridiculous. He's starring in a movie called They Cloned Tyrone. Check it out. This is not an ad, but I will give a free endorsement for the movie They Cloned Tyrone. Excellent movie. If you want to talk about conspiracies, man, like, you know, check that out, like, for sure. It's pretty dope stuff, They Cloned Tyrone. But when that movie came out, there were scenes of one of the stunt double, pictures of the stunt double came out, and it's, oh, this is the Jamie Foxx clone. This is the guy they're trying to, this is the fake Jamie Foxx they're throwing out, and all these type of things people are doing. And I just think it's extremely disrespectful, man. Like, you're talking about a guy who, because the thing that's really triggered people is he released a video the night of the release of They Cloned Tyrone. And he didn't look like he looked maybe 5-6 years ago. This picture they showed side by side. His face is a little drawn in. Skin tone looks very kind of pale. Looks like he's lighter complexion. And people say, oh, this is a clone. That's not Jamie Foxx. And it's so disrespectful for a man who's been battling for his life, man. You know what I mean? For people to make those type of just super insensitive, super dumb assumptions. Or just to say, pull something like that out of their ass about Jamie Foxx, man. And I'm just glad that he's here. I'm glad he's alive. I'm glad that he could put out a movie like what he did. I think he's got some other game show type stuff coming on. He's doing.
Well, he does a game show with his daughter.
Yeah, he's doing the gambling site thing he's doing.
Yeah, that was the first thing he shot since he's been back in the.
Yeah, and it's people
healthy.
Just say some wild stuff, man.
Yeah.
And here's my thing as we wrap up the show. And I said people who are, you know, the pro, who believe in cloning, that we're just cloning celebrities, like because you know they said Gucci Mane was a clone, right? All these
Damar Hamlin, they said
Damar Hamlin was a clone.
Bills.
Yeah, exactly. Here's the thing, man. I asked someone to tell me, okay, well, why? Why would they clone somebody? And someone said, well, you know, Jamie, he's one of those guys that you just can't get, you know, he's not going to really conform to what Hollywood wants to do, but he still has value. You off him, and then you bring this clone out, and you can control this clone, and he can do whatever. I'm like, man, I hear that. It sounds like nonsense. I hear that, you know what I mean? And I heard the same thing about Gucci Mane. He's an independent artist, and, you know, if you get rid of him, you can, all these, you know, and the clone Gucci Mane is still an independent artist, so I don't really know what that did. but here's the thing I throw out, and I'll throw out to anyone who's listening who's, oh, saying you just a sheep and whatever. Okay, if cloning was a thing, right? If you could just say, all right, somebody's died or somebody's not cooperating, let's off him and make a little bit more cooperative version of this person that we can manipulate and just continue to make movies with in Hollywood, right? How is Chadwick Boseman dead? Like, somebody please tell me how.
You want to talk $1 billion guy?
How would Disney, who people accuse of some of the most wicked things in the world, kids missing,
right,
all these type of things with Disney, and hidden harassment and initiation, sexual harassment initiation, all this kind of stuff with kids. A company who has all these accusations about Disney, and Chadwick Boseman dies, the guy who was a movie that was $1 billion movie in Black Panther. Like, that guy passed away.
Who could have literally made probably 4 or 5 other
more of those
$1 billion
bad ones,
movies.
Because he was white hot when that happened. If cloning didn't. If they didn't clone that dude, if they let him die and go on into whatever paradise, why are we letting? Why do we feel like we have to keep Jamie Foxx alive? You know what I mean? Like, and I love Jamie. Like I said, he's one of the GOATs, man. But like that's the argument I throw out to all of the Clone Nation, because Clone Nation said the same thing about Chadwick Boseman as well when he was sick.
Yeah.
When they were showing pictures of him, he didn't look the same. Oh no, that ain't him. They cloned him. All right. So why didn't they clone him? If you believe in cloning, if you were gonna clone anybody, it would have been Chadwick Boseman. But like I said, shout out to Jamie Foxx, man. Shout out to his recovery. They cloned Tyrone. Awesome movie. The word clone has to be one of the most Google search terms. For real, it has to be. Like in social media, that word has to be like one of the top buzzwords in social media in the Google searches. But shout out to shout out to Jamie Foxx. Go check out the movie. And whatever version of him this is that we're looking at. Shout out to him. But yeah, man.
Seems like it's the version of somebody who, like he said, went from hell to back and is coming back to being healthy.
It's disgusting how people just throw that at anything.
My theory on it is this, man. We're both fathers. When you ask your kid a question, when you know full well what's happened in the house, you know what's gone down, and you ask them a question and they give you some like crazy
BS answer.
That's where you're like,
he was cloned is.
Like, I know what really happened, and you're giving me this like crazy answer. Most of the time, it's the easiest possible answer. It's not this person got cloned. It's nah, man. He battled whatever he battled, and he's back, but he's still recovering.
Right.
Like,
and it's a fight, man.
And it's a fight.
Yeah.
And he's not a young dude, so it's like, yeah, man, it's gonna take him a minute.
And celebrities don't owe us anything. They don't have to give us updates.
They don't.
No, they don't, man.
They don't.
It's crazy. Like, anyway, and because he wasn't making his total recovery transparent and all this thing, then we just throw out these wild conspiracies, man. And I think it's just really disrespectful to the dude. But yeah, glad to see Jamie's okay, man. Glad to see he's on his road back to recovery for sure. But a movie that's on fire right now. Number one watched movie on Netflix right now. They cloned Tyrone. But yeah, man, that's it for the Anthony Sain Show for today. We will see you guys again Friday at 12 p.m. here on YouTube and wherever you listen to podcasts. For Kenny Stubblefield behind the glass, it's your boy, Anthony Sain. This is the real version of me. I've not been cloned. Kenny Stubblefield.
I've been cloned.
Are you a clone?
I am a clone.
You better show your face, man. It's part of the whole thing. Yeah. But yeah, we'll see you guys, man. We up out of here.
Thank you for listening to the Anthony Sain Show. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Also, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. For comprehensive coverage of Memphis sports, head over to www.bluffcitymedia.co and find out how you can become an insider. We will see you back here next week.